Okay, what's going on, Grand Rising? Today is July 23rd, 2024. Today is also Tuesday. What we're going to be looking at today is going to be dollar index and the futures market. So really quickly, I'm not going to go as much into detail when it comes to higher time frames. I'll go there very briefly here. It's been the next 3 minutes because we have 4 minutes until New York kickoff. But really quickly, so you guys just have an idea, we have been in a bullish environment when it comes to your dollar index. So as you can see here, let's make sure this loads up here really fast. Okay, so let's wait for that screen. So as you can see here, we've come off of, ever since we came down and hit that 104 level like we talked about on weekly, we got a reaction here, weekly, daily, H4. So last week was bullish. This week's starting off pretty bullish. And as you look at Monday, right, which was yesterday, we kind of pulled back slightly, and now we've started to open up to push more bullish up into the 104.50s, possibly 104.60s. So I'm looking for price to reach back into previous support, somewhat fill this imbalance, maybe 104.80 and fail. But if we continue to get, bullish price, we're eventually going to continue to attack these equal highs that they left back here in June. So it looks like June 26th, June 25th. So that first, like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday area, they left a lot of liquidity, and now we're kind of running back up from that weekly level. So with that being said, most likely we're going to see higher probability when it comes to short positions, when it comes to futures. But the only problem is the daily to me engulfed yesterday, and now we're starting to kind of hold this level. So I could see us kind of popping up maybe in a 2200, 2300, and then falling first, or maybe we just, start to rally again because we've been so bullish on tech, AI, and just everything going on with, political powers and whatnot. So we'll see what happens today. I don't want to, go too crazy with the breakdowns, like I said, but when you look at the daily, I could see us maybe moving up a little bit, but based on what the dollar is telling us to do, we need to focus on shorts. Okay, so I'm gonna move you guys over to the snipe window. Make sure you went through your trader's constitution, set up your mental framework, and let's have an amazing day. Okay, and I do have Top Step here on the side, just kind of listening to what they have going, but I'm not really locked in on what they're saying right now. But I do have them up because when I start taking action, they do help me out quite a bit when it comes to sometimes taking profit or exiting a position or just seeing where the a good retail trader is actually entering. So got about 30 seconds before this thing kicks off. So let's lock in. Okay, so cool. Right out the gate, let me make sure that this is on the right spot here. Okay, so we got that New York open. So right out the gate, we're kind of seeing, price holds that area, which makes a lot of sense. I'd like to see some strength from this area, and then maybe you could play this New York area to go higher and take out previous day highs. You are seeing the same thing on ES, but I'm not going to force my way into anything. So let's just kind of be patient here. But I do like how it's starting to build up with the with that dollar pushing up, though, is the only thing. Like I said, I'm going to be more likely to see shorts. Okay, and just really quick, since it's Tuesday, we have 9 a.m. news. Okay, so just want to make sure we have a little bit of news in there. Okay, so really want to just see that low of day. So this is that range low. So I do want to mark that really quick here on another screen, just so we understand where the current range low is. Range low. Remember, we said we want to see shorts because of bullish dollar. Range low. All right, so we're starting to see that breakdown, which makes a lot of sense in this area. So sometimes I'm a better buyer than seller. So I like to flip the price upside down to kind of get an idea of where I would like to enter. Now you are seeing quite a bit of bearishness on YM. You are seeing quite a bit of bearishness on ES. So first minute vibes, let's see. First minute lower. So just taking some notes with that bullish dollar, we are getting what we, should see potentially. So we'll see this first 5 minute close, but for me, if I was going to buy a position like this, I would do it right around this area like yesterday, the London Open. If I seen some signs, if I thought the risk was worth it to the 23s, but me personally, this could actually be a really good area when you look at higher time frames as well. The only thing is I don't like is, like I said, the dollar bias, right? Dollar bias is telling us to stick to, looking for these shorts. So I'm gonna kind of stick in that mindset until I can see something clear. I do like how this is though, to maybe go out and take those previous day highs out of the gate. We are seeing higher pricing on dollar. We just broke the 104.50 level. Going for that target of 104.60s. So I have a feeling this is kind of like I said in my if then statement. Once we slip that 104.60, price could start to retrace a little bit on dollar, which would send these to the upside. So that 5 minute play, I will say right now is looking really good. Right there, right off that low below New York Open, nice little pullback. We'll see how that works out, see if that area works, or if that's just going to short off. But I do like how if you use this low here, there was a chance to get into that type of trade. So I'm going to look here to add maybe one contract in under New York Open using my stop loss low here, 933s. Okay, take profit here. Okay, so that actually was probably already the move. But let's see here. I would like it if price went back below New York. I would probably grab it below 960, 957 really quick and tap that New York. I would take it, but I don't want to get trapped here on an area where it possibly could short. And I want my 15-minute and 5 minute location to be good. So if I take the trade, it's going to have to be somewhere close to New York Open or like here, 63s. But that looks pretty good. Looks like it's already kind of pushing away from the area. ES showing strength, YM kind of, consolidated, but now you have a breakout. These fast pushes back down to the areas I like to grab. So like right in there, 5 minute location was inside the open of the last down candle with my stop at the low, attacking the high of the market. It's 2020. We'll see how this plays out. I think the 5 minute location might work out. Everything looks good here at 15.5. We're stacking, so we higher open, higher close, and then we have a stack candle. So they may run it below it. That's why I didn't go in with as much volume, but on a higher time frame, I like 2200, 2300s. And so I'm going to go ahead and plot this position too while I have the chance. Okay. So this is where the position pretty much is right there. And so when you look at that from a higher time frame perspective, like I said, a 4 hour, 1 hour, it's either this is going to fail this daily open or we're about to rally to the tops. If we get the alerts, we're going to be good. It looks pretty good right here. Looks really good on the 5 minute location, which is what I really care about. Also being in alignment with monthly open. Let's see. And then 2170. So I'm just going to show you guys really quick for reference here. We're looking good on our price. 2170 to the upside here. Previously highest target. And then I would say this is my area to want to get out. So I got in 2970, right? So I'm looking at something like that, 2,200 today, if they can push back down. Now, if they push it how they're doing right there, I may end up adding a little bit to the order at a lower price here just to kind of get a better dollar cost average. But we are, we got to remember like that dollar bias is still pretty bearish, or excuse me, is bullish, so which would make us a little bit more bearish here. And it just broke 104.50 really violently, so we'll see. I think once we slip that liquidity and it'll retrace on dollar back down a little bit, it'll fly these to the upside potentially. But risk is 33. Let's see here. And so I like the price right about now. I like where the 4 hour is. Like I said, if that 4 hour can just break out, then that's going to be really nice. So looks really good. Looking at QQQ a little bit here too. Let's see here. Really good price. I think we're getting ready to get that high of day blast, and QQQ looks pretty good too. So that looks really good, family. I'm gonna, bring this over here really quick, just for the recording purposes. All right, so that's kind of how the 1 hours look across the board. We're pretty consolidated, right? But NQ looks like it wants to take that previous day high. Okay. Possibly. Good price action right here. We're closing above daily open. We do have news at 9, so I'd love to see price take the current high of day before that. ES is looking strong. YM's kind of trapped. So we'll see what happens here. See if they take this to the upside. Okay, woo, big push, guys. A lot of volume coming in. We get above these highs, we'll protect our position. We'll definitely have a green day. Looks really good, guys, on the higher time frames. I really like it. ES is starting to push now too. You're starting to see the lagger YM come behind as the third leg. So they are starting to push. If we can get above these highs of the day, that's going to be the factor. But I think if we get above those highs of the day, we're going to run. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're looking for right about now. We're above that 20,000 key level, and previous day high liquidity is looking more likely than anything to get blasted. And then I just really like 2150. Okay, so just really want to see price push on through, hit our alerts. And then we are going to be good to protect ourselves on the day. I think previous day highs would be our next stop. There we go. So we're about 10 minutes into the session, and we're about to hit our take profit. There we go. So guys, protect yourself, prepare yourself. We're only 10 minutes in. We're about $1,000+ in profit, going for previous day highs. So this is the days we love. This is the days we look for. All right, so put an alert on that previous day high because we're looking for that area. Let's take a look here. It's really fast. They are clearing out that liquidity on smaller time frames, so hopefully they do not come back before they go and take previous day highs and reach for the higher time frame targets, correct? So let's continue to look down here and be patient and see what they do, because they could run this back and fill some of this price at point of interest. But most likely you're going to get that push on through because just really quick, want to bring ES's price over. I was like, holy shit, we already hit previous day high. So ES look more than likely to go to 56.25, 56.50. I mark everything on here off whole levels and quarters. And I think that the way YM swept those lows of the day, now you're starting to see price maybe exit that range. if the other two continue to stay strong into their other areas. So, like I said, how I look at the markets is in the morning, the H4, H1 directional play. Where do I see liquidity? And what am I going to attack? That's why previous day high is really the target. Because I don't know how long dollar will stay strong above 104.50s. So, yeah, so we're starting to come back. We'll see. We failed to close the 5 minute outside of this area. So, right, when you're thinking about a line graph and actual price, so we want to see that 5 minute actual body go, right? We're not seeing any weakness on that 1 minute, so that looks good. And I don't really see anything that would stop us on the H1 or H4. So let's sit back. Let's see what we get. It's looking good. ES is flying, didn't take high of day 56.20. So it's just very difficult here what they're trying to do. So if we can go break previous day highs, I'll trail that risk up to New York Open like 19,950 area. But if we don't, then I'll accept the risk personally right now. So really want to see this 5 minute stay above that 20,000. So 20,000 to me now is really becoming a key level, right? It's becoming a key level because of this level needs to continue in our favor. It doesn't need to, but it would be nice for this key level to hold and keep going. And if it doesn't, then you're going to see candles start to make lower highs and it would go lower. So I think we're looking pretty good when you look at this from like a higher time frame perspective and the plotted position on the H1, H4 and H1. Okay. Even though it's not below New York Open, it's the breakout test play that I like to look for. So ES is flying, H1 as well. And then YM looks really good too. Okay, so we're still holding pretty strong. 1 minute left here. You want to see this 5 minute close with some strength above 2010, I would think. You don't really want to see it go back below 20,000. Good price right there. Wow, we're getting a lot of volume come in. Really beautiful price here off of this 1 hour expansion here. So I do want to, oh, we just made new highs. Okay, so let me continue to watch here. Okay, so you can kind of see how these two are going. There we go. We're starting to rally again. Let's go. Make sure you protected yourself. I only have one contract on the board today, so I'm accepting risk. Nice. Just pushed up again. Big, what was that? About a 30 handle move to the upside. So they're reaching for previous day highs like normal. Okay. Rips is killing it today too. I like how he bought it up in a huge amount of volume, then he just starts shedding volume like right now. So if we can break previous day highs, then I'll protect this position with at New York Open. But right now I'm accepting risk. So what I really like is 20,100. That's going to be more of a target area to me now too. Okay, so price is kind of having a hard time going for those previous day highs, right? So if it goes back below 20,000, I would be like, they may try to come back and hit those break evens. So let's just be patient here and see. Now looking at dollar index really quick, we're at that 104.50 level. Looks like we're kind of going to tap into that 104.60, but if we start showing weakness again at that level, that's going to make these run up. So looking at the higher time frame, when I look at NQ and ES, I do want to bring this over really quick. for the reporting purposes and understand where we got the daily position, right? We're inside the last down candles open. We're looking for price just to even just get over that wick, 2,200, nothing too crazy. Even 2,100 would be fire. But on a daily, you can kind of see YM's crazy. ES, we had, just like yesterday, we had an engulfing candle, and now we're starting to show strength into that next wick. So my eyes are going to stay focused there unless they stop us out. So that's not good price, I would say personally, on NQ, right? Because the expected value is diminishing tremendously. And price is starting to fail when we have the strong dollar. So they might just be absorbing some orders here at daily open. That's why I'll accept the risk. We don't see the reaccumulation around daily, monthly, somewhere in that area. Obviously, they will take the lows. So it is what it is if they do that. But so we'll see where this closes. Like I said, I would anticipate that they probably continue this up if they just even print it below daily open at all. But okay, and ES on the H1 looks still to go above 56.25, probably reaching to 56.50. So I just, until I see this show me some bearishness, then I'm still very bullish to at least previous day highs and then 2,100. So let me move this. I like 2,100 and 2,200 right now. ES starting to make new highs, right? So I think we're going to get a nice bounce off this 20,000 level up into that 2,100 level. As long as we can break previous day highs and break out of this area, I think the likelihood of 2,160, 2,200 is going to be a lot higher. And then you're seeing a lot of bullish price from that sweep of liquidity at the 4,600 level on YM. So I just think we're getting ready to rally. Okay. It's a really good price action there. Looks really good. ES is making new highs, screaming on this H1. I'm gonna bring that over just for the video purposes. I can take a screenshot of that later. So that looks really good, right? H1 looks really good. We're looking at that last candle looking left. We see the double top from last Thursday. So I'd love to exit somewhere in that 2,100, 2,200 where the people maybe are sitting. ES 5650 as you can see, and they're still pretty trapped here unless you grab the entry below the low of day. So I'd love to see this just continue really quickly here. Come on. Oh, my computer screen just literally jumped off. What? Come on, dude. Okay, so I'm watching this, but I'm gonna have to do something really quick because my screen's. So give me 1 second. But you guys see the price levels? We're not doing anything differently. We're not taking a trade off or anything. But my computer is wilding really quick. So give me a second. Okay, just give me 1 second, y'all. I'm still holding price. Like I said, I got my targets. Okay, let's see here. What's going on? My bigger screen disconnected for some weird reason. Connect. Okay, so we're still not showing any weakness at that 20,000 level. ES is still looking pretty strong. So everything looks pretty good. I just don't like how the price is right now on that 5 minute. Come on, dude. Okay, so we're kind of showing weakness from that 2030, which I don't like that. I really don't because they're making the previous day highs such uh they're making the previous day highs they're pushing away from them so violently every time. They're not going higher than that level and they're not going but they're not going below 20K at the same time, so that's good. Okay. Uh so I don't like this price. I'll be real with you guys right now. I'm hoping that they hold that daily because we were already in such a nice profit for the day that I don't want them to come all the way back at this point. So, so for the video notes, I should have took this with a little bit more volume, I would say too. So the one there's daily, there's H4. Where's the H1s? Okay, so kind of we're still above daily open, so we're still currently bullish for the day. We're just looking for that next move, see what they're gonna do. Now, for some reason, I don't know. I had the hour charts, but they just disappeared. Okay, so okay, that's not the one that we're looking for though, so don't get excited. Um, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. Okay. All right, so still watching these 1 hours, and like I said, I think that as long as we hold 20,000 and daily open on NQ, that we'll have a chance to continue higher. Um, it's just really difficult where they're at right now with that price. ES kind of failing that level as well, which isn't good. Um, but I think the biggest thing will be is where this hour closes. So so if we don't see a turnaround from this demand level here, I would say at the 75 quarter, right here at like basically daily open, if we don't see something happen here, then they're gonna come back lower. Okay, so they're not really showing too much strength after that swipe on YM. They're not showing really to me that much strength on ES. And that might be because that dollar is waiting. Right. So DXY, let's take a look over there again. Like I said, if we see a bullish reaction on daily open, we're good. Anything that goes back over that 5 minute 2036, I think we're really good. All right, so dollar's still really strong. It's breaking through the 104.50 level, reaching for that 104.60 potentially today. So the stronger that gets, the more likely that these could fall, right? And then after a close like that on a 5 minute, that's not a good sign. You know, they may be absorbing the orders in here to reaccumulate to just push one more time, but they also could say, we don't want to go higher than 20, the previous day highs, and they could fail the price. But I just don't see them leaving that liquidity personally. But so 4 minutes before this H1 closes, and the H1 could, if it engulfs and closes higher than 20,000, then I think we're gonna continue through previous day highs. It's a really good price here. I like how the higher time frames look. ES showing good amount of strength, 15 H1 as well. So I think, like I said, 2100 good target area, 2200 fire target area, right? So 070. So yeah, I'm looking for that like 21, 2200. Let's see. ES looking really strong to me. 5625 about to break through. Um, okay, let's see how dollar is reacting here. Dollar's still at that same level. So we'll just continue to watch this price action and see if it's going to rally up above the highs or not. I really like the H4 to do it. So H4 directional play to me for NQ, we have the areas I've probably said them like 50 times by now. ES 5625 quarter I'd like to see. I'd like to see 5650 possibly. If they can push up, and like I said with YM, it's very consolidated on an H4, right? The price is pinched. So you have to really be on your small time frame game and good risk placement. I like how price looks, like I said, want to see this H1 close with some strength. And this H4 closing bullish, right? For NQ especially and ES is showing more signs of strength for the intraday trades potentially. But getting over those previous day highs on NQ is like the main. I'll probably if we can, I'll accept 2100 today. A little bit higher than that, 2150. It's somewhere between there, but I really want those double tops if they're gonna go get them. Yeah, we can break out of this area. Like I said, I'll probably go risk off on the trade. Or at least put my risk at like 19,960 instead. But we're having a hard time at 20,000 here. The H1, like I said, if we close here at 9 above 20,000, I think we can go. All right, so hours closing the way I like with bullishness. So I think we could run for previous day highs liquidity potentially, just based on the H1 closure. But we'll see how it opens here. First 15 minutes of 9, I would say. Really don't want to see any more downside on NQ or ES on the 15s. So we're currently now about 40 minutes into the session. We started the stream around 8:20, but I really started 8:25. Let's just say 8:20. And ES showing strength. H1 reaching for that 56. We're at 56.20 there. So I think we can go get these previous day highs. I really do. All right, let me check this over here on my other computer. So the 15-minute strength isn't looking as great here on NQ. I really don't want to see price go back below daily open anymore because they're just not going above those previous day highs. So we're still early in the session though. So really like the bounce on YM right now, which is scary because the other two don't really move as good when that does that. So Um, we'll continue to watch price here. You're starting to see a little bit of rejection at the 104.50 level on DXY. And this is given 2 or 3 chances to push higher. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know about this one anymore. Uh, this first 15 minutes, if we're not pushed higher and we're kind of like still here, and if we're not stopped out, then I will maybe have to reevaluate or enter lower or something because I just don't want to wait. But it's not looking that great for me right now. And so, like I said, I think if this doesn't work out today, where I could have done a little better is my volume entering the trades because I could have shed some volume, but I'm just kind of playing light right now. But this is coming right back to the area where usually I would like to add on to the order below daily open. I'd really like to wait below New York open for the original entry. So that's why I have, this entry that I already have because it's essentially that entry. So YM's flying right now too. So it's just like I said, they're going to be it's consolidating market. You know what I mean? They're going to be searching for liquidity too. So this is the area that I'm anticipating price to work out is below New York Open if it's going to, because if they slip all the way down to 19.9 today, and keep the range low, then I'll end up taking that trade as well. But my expected value trade would have been a lot better if I had more volume on today. But I like this area still to potentially work. But with our bullish dollar bias, right? I will say this, like I kept saying, any longs on futures are going to be short lived. So you would want to protect or pay yourself relatively quickly. Especially with that dollar. So we'll see what they do here. We'll see how this 5 minute closes, if this is the area or not. What time is it? It's almost 9:05. Yeah, so we'll know here soon. So ES still finding strength on the H1 in the 15, and then you have YM getting ready to go take high of day. So to me, it almost seems like YM's leading since that low of day capture. And let me see who's actually leading. So ES, yeah, ES is the one that's really the strongest today. Then you got YM behind, and NQ is number 3. So, seeing as long as ES remains strong in that H1, H4, 15, then I would think that we could follow with NQ. And then obviously with YM getting ready to go take 40, 70, 60 at that high of day area, that could be helpful, I would think. So let's see how we hold these areas at daily open. Now, if I would have already had an entry, right, like with 2 contracts, I would have partialed one when it was breaking down and added that order back. But today, since I only opened one, I've got to manage that one position. ES looking really strong. YM really strong right now. So getting ready to go hit. We're at 56.21 for the 22s. So we're pushing higher on the ES for sure. Okay, ES capitulating up to the upside right now, really nice. So hopefully we can get that same response right here. And this will be a beautiful trade, I think. Um, wow, YM big push. So long positions do look really nice right now to me. ES is breaking the 56.25 quarter currently as we speak. So just to bring that over for the recording purposes, remember, like I said, ES is the leader today, followed by YM, and then NQ being the lagger today. So yeah, I think if we can just reach up above previous day highs, we have a really good trade on our hands, potentially still. All right, really good price here. I think if we can just reach above now, right, take the previous day highs, we're gonna have a good setup here. It was a good setup regardless, but I'm just saying I think we're gonna have a setup to where we're gonna be able to make a substantial amount of profit here if we can break through that area. As long as price continues to print above 20,000, I think we still have a pretty good chance to go. And so with this 5 minute close, if it closes above 20,000 and pretty much above this candle right here, then I'm going to trail my risk to this low here. So I don't want to accept anything other than that. And then if you look at it from this perspective, all right, because I keep everything higher time frame to my left, down to my right, right? That's how we read left to right. You can see that these dailies look really good to continue up, right, to those areas. So that's what I'm seeing personally. So I'm seeing H1 look really good here. Really good rally. Let me make sure I got my TP set on this account. All right. Did I set them? Uh-oh. So I need to come in and reset that here in a second. Okay. Look at it from here. Yeah, so I've got my targets. I've got my targets, as you guys can see, pretty much 2,100. And then once we slip that liquidity, 2,200. It looks really good here on the H4, huh? All right. So, this 4 hour candle has 3 hours. So this next candle, I'm anticipating this to happen. Okay. We just want to see new 5 minute higher open, higher close. So we want to see price rally up. One more time, take the previous day highs. As soon as we take those previous day highs, I won't accept the risk. And honestly, from this point, let's see here. Like right there. I want to wait. I want to wait because if it holds, I want to see it hold this area here on 15. They're holding this 20,000 level. I like the 15 how it looks. The 5 minutes though, you just don't want them to go too much lower than 19,990s or you really even test daily open anymore. Like you really just want this 20,000 tap to kind of, to hold and then to rally up. Remember, like I said though, this is a more of a difficult day when it comes down to it because of dollar index. So, dollar index, showing signs of weakness now at 104.50, but it's overall it seems like it wants to go higher, makes it difficult. But I think we're gonna get out of this area. I really do. I think 2100. So just be patient here. So I don't like how that price looks. They're making it difficult. All right. When you look left though, and you look at like an H4, H1, you won't get so faked out on this type of stuff, but it's that 15 and 5 do not look like the type of price I like to personally see. If this daily open just doesn't tap and go, then especially with this 15-minute close, then this might be it for today. They might say, hey, we're gonna actually push down the 19,800s, 19,825s, and then go. But this 5-minute close, like I said, inside that demand level that you can kind of see here, let's just say, if this area right here, turn this off, if this area right here can hold, right, this area right here, this area can hold and not go lower, which is not looking good, right? If that area could hold that down candle, then great. But if it can't, then, like you can see over here, this higher low and hold daily open and go rip, great. But if it can't, then I don't know. They might just be kind of searching for liquidity today. But this is that next stair step candle right there, that down candle right here. So price goes and closes higher. So now if it can't break the high of the previous day highs or the high of day, then it can just topple over. ES still looks pretty strong. And then we got a 5-minute close. So if that 5-minute can close above 20,000 key level, inside the demand level, 1-minute price on the far right there looks bullish, right? Then I think that you just got to be patient. So, and then YM, we had targets of like 49.20s, I believe, on there. That's what we were looking at. So that's good price action right there for 915, I would say. So now I'll just wait it out. Now you guys see the level I talked about right here. So if we go above this high, right, 20,036, I'm going to trail my wrist to right there. Okay. To condense that down, which it looks really good right now. Okay. All right, price 15.5, 1 minute looks really good. H1 still printing above that New York. let's see how this 5 minute close. Price still looks pretty good in our area. We're currently in the session almost about an hour. I started the session at 9:25, or excuse me, 8:25. So we're waiting on that one more alert to get through that purple line. You guys can see at the high, previous day high. If we can get through there, I think we're going to be pretty set to get to 2100 at minimum. And then if you really look at it today, the alignment of the high of day pretty much is a half level. So you have a half level of 20,050. Let me mark this really quick. Okay, let me switch the. Okay, 20. Come on, dude. 20,050. Okay, so that's like pretty much, if you think about it, the high of the market currently. So as long as price can continue to stair step, right, and keep closing higher, then that 5 minute demand level is the area all I care about right now. ES 15 minutes still, pretty strong. And shit, that makes me nervous that they're saying they're about to get long right now. Um, hopefully they're just like that momentum will push us, a little bit further. Okay. And yeah, I could have added contracts in here, but I'm just kind of playing one snipe, one bullet in the chamber. I don't know if you guys ever played like video games before, but this 5 in 1 minute do not look good. So we don't want price to really go back below 20,000 anymore, to me personally. With YM and ES showing quite a bit of strength, and then taking a look at dollar index, we are okay. Dollar is still sitting at that 104.50, kind of showing weakness. So I feel like we could slip up, pop, and then maybe it'll retrace a little bit on dollar to push these higher here. So like I said, our H4, H1, our daily H4, H1 direction to me looked pretty bullish when it comes to NQ. And so to see this actually playing out is pretty good. Because the daily to me seems like she could run to 20,500, which is, crazy amount of points away. With this only being at 20,000, that's 500 points away. Times one minimum contract. $20 times 500. It's like a $10,000 trade. Okay, so H4s look really good. YM, NQ, and ES. All bullish candles. So see how they're kind of getting to the tops here. Now we have another stack candle now, right? Another stack candle, which is now here. So you don't really want to see price go back below too much of this area going forward, right? Going into, let's say, 11, when I'm done trading here today. You really want to see prices pretty much stack off this area, very similar to what it did here, and hold this area and 20,000 key level and continue higher. Now, H4, like I said, looks like it's going to explode. Let's see what H1 looks like. ES climbing. So good price action right there, as you guys can see if you're watching those demand level stack candle areas. And we just need one more alert, 20,050s. I think we're going to be push on through. H1 looks beautiful right now. So price is running. All right, so we're pushing. We're getting ready to hit our alert. We just broke previous day highs any minute now, it looks like. So I like it. Let's see if we can push on through. So we just broke previous day highs. Let go, let go, let go. Nice, nice, nice. So we just broke previous day highs. So what we want to do with this trade, since we are showing signs of strength, if price was to come back below New York Open at this point, they can have it. But I'll condense that risk down, continue to monitor the rest of the trade. And so continue to monitor the trade, see if we can push on through these levels. And if we can't, then we can't. But I do want to see how this 5 minutes going to close. Okay, so like this is what I like to do. I like to come here and do this because I don't want it to fall dramatically and destroy my expected value after just tapping that previous day low. So I want to see if this is going to remain with strength. Nice, nice, nice. The other accounts hit too. Okay, so sorry, I'll have a couple in there. All right, so we're good. We're good. We're up. We're up. We're just watching now, and now we're watching higher time frames. So let me bring that over really quick so you guys can kind of see where my eyes really truly are. My eyes are truly on those higher time frames, right? ES, YM, NQ, especially NQ and ES. Still got room to go. 5640s there. And then when you look at like an H4. Okay. So for this account here, what am I going to do today on this? So for this account here, is it freezing? Stop freezing. Okay, I was like, what the heck? Okay, so then really quick, I want to bring this over. Is I'm also looking at higher time frames at all times, which is going to be your H4. All right, so I just took profit on another account. So you're looking at H4s here to continue to rally, I think, throughout the day. You have 3 hours left. So by the time we're done trading our session, I would think that they would most likely or potentially close bullish. Doesn't mean they have to, but they have a good chance to. No signs of weakness here on the 5 minute with about 1 minute left going into 9:25. So just want to see how this is going to close, right? Just want to see how this is going to close. Okay. So I don't like how that's pulling back, but I like the overall higher time frame bias. So anything if that 5 minute starts to go weak, though, I will not like that. I will not play that level like that. Okay, so what time is it? 5 minutes getting to close in like 20 seconds. So the 5 minute, this is what I'm looking for. All right, that's gonna make me decide on this account is if the 5 minute closes below here. If it closes below here, I may end up, closing some of this out and say, unless it closes me out, right? But if it closes above there, then there's nothing to worry about. So see how it closed below the level? So that's not a good sign to me. So, if they were to rally back lower from this point, they could come back into here, 19,900s, right? If they ever go back below 20,000 at this point, I just don't think that's a good price. But they could be playing in this demand level in the 5. So you don't want to get too lost over here. You just want to watch how price is reacting and how this 15 minutes is going to close in 5 minutes. That price looks terrible, guys, coming down like that. So it's really going to determine where this 5 minute closes. So we get some strength on this 5 minute. I'm going to start trailing the risk up to like probably daily open like this right here, this low. But I don't want to do it right now personally. We can go back above 20,050. I am going to trail that risk to the bottom of this candle here right below daily open. So 29.79. So 5 minute candle looks pretty interesting here. We can continue to close above that black line like I showed you guys. All right, so good day trade still rolling here. 4 hours look good. H1s look good. 15.5s look good. Now, if we can just push above 20.50 again, that's what we're looking for. We're currently about an hour into the session right now. So we've been at work for about an hour. And we're going to see if we're going to get an overtime bonus here. All right, so we're getting that 5 minute price off that demand zone, right? I'm gonna change the color of those to actually green too, but let's see if we can get this 5 minute to close here in about a minute, 30 seconds with some strength above that black line. If not, then they could topple over. 15 minute close is also loading at the same time. The 30 minute close is also loading at the same time. So if you do take a look ever at that 30, which I like to at 30 minute closes, um, the 30 minutes look like they just want to continue to me a little bit higher, but that's just me. Okay. So yeah, 2100 looks sweet right now. Let's go ahead and mark 2150 as well. All right, now that 5 minutes looking really good. Just as I say it, man, I spoke too soon. I hate when I do that. I just don't like this price, guys. I mean, it's starting to really irritate me here. Let's see how this 5 minute closes. See how it reacts once it closes here. We're having difficulties. Good 5 minute area, right? Let's see if if it starts showing weakness right from the beginning. Though, that's terrible. So let's see how we get here. 935, ES kind of showing weakness from that 56.25, and YM has had a hard time since it took the higher day. So I think what I'm gonna do here is because I just don't want to wait any longer for this. Oh wait. Oh no. Damn. I'm gonna have to wait now because I thought I had the full 1,000 on there. So, lots of liquidity building to the upside. We have our risk placement set. If they come and slip that New York, just in our original risk ends up working out, I'm gonna be a little salty. So our original risk was here. Um, so this demand level is very key. If you don't see now, we're starting to look, just to kind of show you guys a smaller demand level inside that five, which will be here. And so at 20,000 key level, 1 minute demand level, as long as that mitigates out of the area and looks like this will go higher. But if price starts to break down at 20,000, it's going to attack our orders. So I think we have that push, guys. 2,100. I think we can do it. It's just it's being so difficult to do it. We haven't went back below 20K though yet. So not really seeing the strength on ES. YM is starting to go higher again. So I would love to see from here 20.07s, right? 2010s, like a pop, right? Off this 20K level if it's gonna work out. Because if it goes back below 20K, I don't see it working as much. Like it could slightly go back to daily open, but I just wouldn't want to see that at this point because the target compared to the draw. ES starting to show 15-minute strength, so I'm hoping that this is a 5-minute, 1-minute demand level at 20K. And that's lots of shorts are building up at the top side of the market, 20,000, 0.50. But we need to see that rally if it's going to do it. I don't like it, guys. I don't like how it's going below 20K. I really don't. So what I'm going to do, let's keep this right here than now. So I'd rather be more available, but I also don't want to take a loss on a winning day. So I mean, today was a winning day. They could come into this internal, unfortunately, and slip, at this point. But so we'll be watching this demand level here, but it's not looking too good. But we are protected on the trade at least. I don't want to see any prints really below 20K if this is going to really work. So. And then dollar still sitting at 104.50. So if we don't see a pop right here off this 20,000 level in that 1-minute demand, then they're going to go lower. So good bounce so far off that 1-minute demand level of 20K, but I really don't care unless we take out the 20.050s. The way the 5-minute looks good, the 1-minute demand level looks really good. If we break higher than 20.050, I'm going to trail my risk to the low of where we're at now. It's like 29.95. Basically 20,000. So we can reach up to 50 handles here, take the high day out again. Then I'll trail my risk up to about 20,000 to secure about 30, 40 points on the day. Come on, push out of this level, dude. Starting to see a little bit of weakness on 15 from that 56.25. So Don't like that. So now I don't like how price is pushing down, starting to kind of hold, right? It's starting to hold that top. But unless it goes below here, right, in that 5 minute area, then it's not so bad. Now we're starting to push back down again, though. We are protected on the trade, so that makes us available to take another trade if we want to. Preferably hoping that we don't have to, but we'll see the 20K level here. What time is it to this till? So until 10:15. Kind of want to watch that demand level and see how it plays. If it goes and slips below and comes back and touches daily, it's not so good. Okay. So I'm gonna actually pull some of this one, and then I'm gonna look to re-enter here. So if the price actually works out, we did have a green day so far. We could have done a lot better, expected value wise, but we're still not done. I do want to see how they're gonna come into this lower price. Now, if they do just continue to rally out of the area, great. But that 1 minute demand level did not work. So the only other area that I could see would be if they tap daily open here, or if they come below here at New York Open, and grab a position. So I still think that the high of day now is the new target. So I'm gonna put that. So we swiped the previous day high, and now we have the high of day open. And so this is an area I need to make this smaller. Oops. So this is where all the liquidity I believe is for the day. And so now that we're pushing back below daily, back below these 2 wicks right here, this is somewhere I would like to attempt another position to attack the high of day. So, and then the timing, right? Coming into the last 15 minutes before 10, that would be a lot better. So, and if we don't end up taking a re-entry, we at least close a small profit for the day. Now, the first trade that I took, like I said, the original stop should have stayed here, and then I could have added in to use the stop loss placement of here. So if they do end up holding this level, great. So I do like this level a little bit more, to be honest. Now the question is, I want to be buying below daily open or at it. So, come on, dude. So like right in here, it's not below daily, but how I'm going to position the risk will be the same way as if I had that other position, basically. So if they do come down and take those equal lows, so be it. That'd be another area I would essentially probably want to play. But also when I plot this position here, replot this. I'm just going to plot the daily open so I can see it, but I'm a little bit above that, obviously. But plotting that daily open makes a lot of sense for price to then go up to 2100 possibly. So maybe they'll want it a little lower. Maybe they don't, but that looks pretty good. And then if I would have never, if this does work out from here, if I would have never pulled my first position's stop loss placement, then this would have been an add-on, that might have been the better move. We'll see. We'll also find out if it's not here in just a second. Not a good move, but usually when price reacts good at daily open, it has a good chance, but it's not even reacting now. It was reacting like I thought it was going to. If you get another pump above 20K really fast here, I think that's a good reaction, but we'll see. And then if we can just slip high of day, right, which is where you see the previous day high, but it's high of day now is 20,047. If we can slip that area, that's going to be about a 70, 60 point handle move. And then the location of it being on the H1 was in the 50%, a little bit wasn't daily open, right? The entry wasn't, but where I'm plotting this position is from that area. So, and wow, it's kind of crazy because you can think I never should have let that order go without the best expected value. So there's a couple things I'm gonna have to work on today, even if this turns out to be a pretty substantially good day. because I could have added in multiple times today. I had a couple ideas of where I wanted to do it. Let's see if we can get price on this 5 minute, 1 minute back above 20,000 whole level, because otherwise that 15 doesn't look the greatest. So about an hour and 20 minutes into the session. Okay, so it looks like a good re-entry here on our trade. I like the no drawdown. Dollar still does seem pretty bullish, just sitting at 104.50. You know, this can actually 5 minute close above 20,000. There may be a chance. Like there's lots of short side risk at the top of the day. The price isn't looking too good right there. It looks like absorption on a 1 hour. We're in a range bound market, so it's like I said, I should have been a little bit more A to B. So like I said, if I can reach above here, the 50 handles from 20K up to 2050 here relatively quickly, I'll probably manage that to potentially get up out of there, because 2100 would be the next stop if we can keep rallying from there. But they're just not really showing me that price. And we still have dollars sitting at 104.50, not showing any signs of weakness. So okay, so price is not really showing any signs of strength right now from that area. So they're probably going to push price back below New York Open before they do this. But we'll see here. Price is searching for more liquidity. It looks like it's searching for those double bottoms. And the New York Open tap, unfortunately, here. I don't want to move my risk down to below that area, but if anything, I'm just going to have to re-enter. Okay, so they did officially come down and hit my break-even area. So I'm going to be looking really tight here for this area. Now, really quick, dollar index, because we are back below New York Open. Dollar index is still sitting at 104.50. So either they may work this area right here that we see. I'm going to move this out of the way. They may work this area here below New York Open at the right time, right? Or they could go a little bit lower, but I do think that they might work this area here. So I'm going to use 37s. 37s, right? And then we'll look for a little bit of a sign that they're actually going to do it. 37.50. 50. All right, so if I can actually see something here, it makes me think like, oh, okay, yeah, this might work out here in this area. I might take it here. ES showing weakness on that 15, and so is YM. So they may want this area, or they may want lower, right, below this internal liquidity of the day. But we will see. We'll watch price action here. So I want my entry here. So I want it to be in alignment with this 15-minute area, right? And then I want the stop to be at the low of the market, because if it does go here to that next spot, which it looks like it's running for that spot. Damn it. If it does go for that area here, this is going to be my only other area I would play today, because I definitely could have closed a better partial up here today. So if you don't see a sign right at the point of interest, then they're going to continue to run it down to that 19,900 level. Yes. So want to see something happen in this, 5-minute, 1-minute demand zone to attack shorts at the 20.050s, but see, the location of my trade isn't below where I need it to be. It's not below. It's not at New York open, so that's not good either. I thought I got filled a little bit better on that. Because that low 37 and counting up 47, 57 was basically the New York Open. So getting it at 66 puts me at a 30-point risk, which, that's not what we're trying to do. So ES kind of coming back into that New York Open, 56.07s. So let's see how it reacts there. Doesn't look good. Oh my gosh. And so our 5-minute demand zone is here. This is kind of what we're looking at. And if it fails this area, I would say, then it's going to go lower down into the whole levels, the 20 levels. All right. So and then 19,950 is going to be really important here. So we're already kind of printing below that. So if we print below 950s anymore, we're going for that stop loss. If we could react here, then we wouldn't, but we're not. I don't see any reactions right now that would like rally down and come back. So I'm kind of getting plucked here with this. I'm just frustrated because I had so much expected value when I started. Now, price did play right off the London Open yesterday, so they might tap this and go, or they might slip right under and go. So that'd be great if they did a London Open tap and rally here, but price is pretty bearish, right, with that bullish dollar. So if you get a run up from right here, right off that point of interest, every 5-minute close will be key going into 20.050 because we're about 100 points away from the high of the day right now. Okay, price isn't being very bullish at all right there. Let's say with the rally back above New York Open and 19,950, then it's gonna go take the stops inside that range. 5-minute looks terrible. 15-minute looks terrible. It looks just more like 19.9s are gonna load. So they just ran through those. So, today, let me look at this really quick. Where I'm a little bit upset with myself today is that I was already up so much and I just didn't trail the risk because I only had one contract on the board. I have availability for one more trade, which will be that 19,900 area. Oh, snap. that 19,900 area. So we'll see where we get here, but this will be my last attempt on this trade today. So we slipped a low. We're still looking for maybe a little bit lower on that 5 minute. The right timing, but I could see something off that 2920s possibly to attack back into higher day. Just how the H1 looks and whatnot. But like I said, buys are short lived. See profit, take profit. Dollar is very bullish, so stick to your dollar bias. Okay, so I like this area here, 42s. Let's see how this looks here. So this price it needs to still show us signals. It needs to engulf, you know what I mean, come back down. So we'll be ready. All right, we'll be ready here. What time is it? But we don't have to take it right there. So when price is pushing down like that, I want to be able to position myself like right in here. All right. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm trying to hold this level here on 5 minutes and see if it's going to work. So they did sweep liquidity here, so you could possibly anticipate a 50% rally, you know, if this is going to go a little bit strong for a second. So like from where the high is to the low, you know, you can possibly anticipate like a bounce back up above opening prices and then a sell-off, unless it's just going to fall off right here at 19,950s. And so if it does fall off here, I would only have availability to take my last trade at 19,900s or 19,920s. But I think this could be, after taking that liquidity here, I think if we can get back above 950s in New York Open, that we can attack this area for a smooth 100+ point push. And the H1 location of this trade is inside the last down candle, so it looks a little better to at least go back up to 20K. But I mean, if we could even grab the 50 handles, I'd probably be pretty ecstatic. Back up to 20,000 or higher. Nice. So we're long here from basically 19,950s. Good 1 minute location, 5 minute pretty good as well. We were below New York Open in bullish conditions, and we have a lot of liquidity sitting at the 20,050 high of day. So Dakota's long as well. Let's see. A really probably good price. Let's see here where he's long from. Wow, he's long from like, let's see. I think 19,930s. So pretty much right where we're at. So cool. 1 minute price looks amazing here. And so we're just gonna be able to watch this, potentially play out. I think if we get back above daily, especially on a 5 minute, like above this wick right here, I can go ahead and trail the risk to like here instead. And then we'll just be looking for price to exit this range of 20,050 for a full 100 plus points here. So I really like the trade. Now did experience some losses, or didn't experience any losses. I just partialed out, but I could have already closed expected value earlier. So that I'd say the biggest thing I need to focus on in my notes is the sizing. I need to make sure I'm going in, like I said, with 2 contracts, and being able to partial one and protect myself on the other. But as of right now, this price looks pretty good from that position we just seen. 5 minutes, if you can get this 5 minute to close, really bullish off this 19,950 level, I think we could make our way up. We want to close above daily open, showing signs of strength, because then our daily will start to kind of, want to print higher, potentially, which would make a lot of sense based off my pre-market analysis to see our daily really start to run up finally. So we'll see. Okay. H4 looks good. It's just like, come on. Just very consolidated on the H1. So what I'm gonna do here, we'll watch this 5 minute close. You get some good strength close, good 15-minute close back in range. And above daily, then I'm gonna go ahead and trail this risk. Now we've currently been in the session for about an hour and 34 minutes, so a little bit longer than normal. But we were already, for the notes, like I said, we were already up 1,000 plus for the day, which we could have closed about 1,400. So $150,000, 1%, you're talking about $1,500, right? So if you're up about 1,500, you're risking a fourth of that. You're probably good for the day, right? All right, 5 minutes kind of rejected monthly open. So now you're starting to think like, okay, for the month of July with this week and a little bit of next week left, are we gonna, close bullish for this month or bearish? So I like that little slip at the 19,930s to go above 20K at least. Okay, 5 minute close, 1 hour close. Okay, so 5 minute close with strength. 1 minute didn't really close anything bearish. So I think if we can make our way up back above daily into 20,000, we're gonna have a really nice push here. I want to make this note here for the reporting as well. Was that the slip of liquidity in the internal on the 5 was the key today. All right. They took that internal and they ran. So far, I mean, if we get higher, right? But they didn't. And you can see on that 1 minute high look, they just kind of slipped under and held the low day. Okay, so price is still rallying in our favor. Now we're essentially expected value or over the daily open, or not yet, but as soon as we're closing over it, 19,990s, and I'll trail my risk up to pretty much the low of the market currently, low of day. 15-minute looks really good with that formation. Let me make sure I don't have my take profit in some retard spot. Oh yeah, this one I know I did. I didn't. I put just a risk. Okay. So as soon as we get above that opening price, I would be definitely looking to close this. So we are above daily open. So price could sell above daily open if they wanted to, but most likely we want to, based off what we're seeing, we want to see this continue up. So I'm going to move my risk to condense it down to a little bit more to that low. So this 5 minute can stay strong at daily open and push on through. You guys got to think, where's the money? All the money is sitting at the top of the market at 20,050 for today, I believe. So I like the price here. Okay, good price here. 15-minute price looks really good. H1 rejections off that London Open were pretty nice. So let's see if they can go up. And then the first 15 minutes here of 10 a.m. will be interesting. So taking a look at dollar index, we are currently at 104.50, and we did close that last 4-hour candle higher uh, than the yeah, we closed higher, excuse me. So the likelihood of them going up on dollars is pretty strong, you know. So I don't see us if we do rally this again, like we're doing now. I don't know if we'll go that much higher. If we go that much higher here than daily open, um, then like 20.050s, you know, 2100s. If we can make our way up there, I don't see us going too much farther past, like I said, 20.050. So I'll be very alert at high of day. But we are getting the print that we want to see. And the 5 minute location actually is good. It's 50% of the last down candle. It's just if you want to have the best R, you're gonna want to get it below that London Open and below that Penguin where they took the internal. Okay, 1 minute before this 5 minute, I think if we can pick up whole level, key level 20,000. The only thing stopping us from going higher is the highs. for the reclap. Very grateful for this. And then, like I said, if you look at higher time frame here, um, quite a bit of liquidity, I think, sitting at the 20,050s. Okay, so this is the one we're waiting on, right? This is the one we're waiting for the price to rally back up. I was down about my personal daily loss limit, which is about $1,000. You know, they give you on Top Step 3,000 for per 150K. Would never do that. So, you know, this is the bounce back trade of the day. This will put me in a profit on this, and then on um my other two accounts, my stop loss is at the low of the day, so it's already still. It never even came close to you know, this area here. Like I took my original entries here, and then I put my stop right here. And that never came back to even get close to that area when they did reach for that internal, like right here. So my stop was here, and my other ones I don't have to manage, and then they rallied in favor. So really, really good price. Okay, so that looks really good. Everything's playing out. Like I said, dollar is being difficult for us, but we're trusting what we see when it comes to price action and where liquidity is and our daily markups. So for today, you know, this is looking really good. Once we get past high of day, you know, I'm anticipating H1. Kind of show that really quick. Yeah. So just kind of showing you guys what I'm anticipating here on that H1 is that price can go into our target areas, right? 2100s, 2200s, but really if it just gets above there, I go crazy. But I like where it's at now for my day. So let me make sure and look at my price because I do got to understand where I'm at for today. And so for the risk, there should be no more risk, right? I should go ahead and move it to like right here inside that area. It's not break even, but it's like right under just to condense it down. Um, so basically break even. And so we're just gonna wait for price to go to our area now. And we have our alert set there at 20,051s. So I do want to take a picture of this really quick. Wow. So here we go for the recording, guys. Really, really awesome to see to bounce back from that losing day, essentially. Um, and definitely back up green for the day. So a lot to learn from here today. You know, there's obviously I see adversity just like anyone else. But we are getting to the levels that we want by sticking to our rules. Okay. So what we're gonna do is watch this price. Okay, so as soon as we slip, I'd say I think we have a chance to go to 2100, but as soon as we slip this high, I might be out of there for today for expected value purposes. So I'm just really looking for that high of day push. and how price is going to react at the 5 minute. Now we're right close to the high of day. So how many people you think are probably trying to sell that? But I just think that this 15-minute close is going to be really key to our success of the day. Really, really nice move off of ES's 15 as well. I'm going to take a picture of that, of all three here. Okay, so as soon as we push on through, that's probably going to be it for me today. I do want 2100, but I'll take the previous day high sweep for a good expected value here. 1 minute left. 5 minute, you'd like to see it just push on through very violently. 4 hours look amazing, right? To continue up. 5 minutes getting ready to close. So really, really good trade here, I think. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, guys. So we just broke high of day. We're back in a massive profit for the day. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So that's really, really good price. Up 2,200 on the day. Price is, at all time, not all time highs, excuse me, is at the high of day. So I'm probably gonna, if my computer, especially if it isn't trying to freeze here, I'm watching that 1 minute closely, and any weakness on the 1 minute, I'm out of there today. All right, but it does look like we're gonna reach for that 2,100, so I think I'm gonna wait this bad boy out. Let's go. Really, really good price plus the losses today. So I really trying to pump this bad boy out to 2,100. So we're not showing any weakness right now. Any weakness in that one below that area, and I'm out of there. Nope. Cancel, cancel, cancel. We don't have the weakness yet. My computer starts to get slower when I try to do this a lot of times. All right, so let me check that 15 here. Of all three, we're seeing quite a bit of rally here. Looking at the H1, like I said, I really want 2,100. Unless I see any weakness here, then I'm pretty much watching every candle here now, especially around the 80 levels. And I really want to watch the 30-second moment of the candle. So we can get another push of about 40 handles. I'll trail my risk to here because obviously I'll accept this, right? So I just want to see it push a little bit farther. 1 minute candles looking good. So another candle open really good. So this is pretty much where I would say, that 5 minutes is looking really good. Everything's looking good. Higher time frames looking good, the 21s. But that's going to be it for me today. I don't want to see any more weakness. Whew. Came back from the losses, made a little bit of profit, got in and out in great areas. Can't complain. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. I know it's been a crazy one. I do see us possibly going up to 2,100, 2,200. My other accounts, you guys heard the alerts go off, did partial out most of them. And I have about 3 contracts micros running to 2,100, 2,150, or 2,200. 2,200 is the initial target. It's like 2,165s. But that'll be good for my day trade. I appreciate you guys again, and we'll be back same time or same place, same time tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day.